All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brother Ra'aya
This is the brother Kaya.
of GMS New Orleans coming at you with another lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. In peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure to the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
And the name of this lesson is going to be a name that stands the test of time, or a name that's going to be remembered forever. And you know what got me to thinking about this lesson was that scene from the movie Troy when Achilles was going to fight that other guy, and his armor bearer, who was a little boy, told him, he's like, look, I would be terrified to fight that man. He's massive. He's just an imposing figure. And Achilles just, you know, he was looking straight. Then he looked over at the kid and he told him, that's why your name will never be remembered. And, you know, it's the same thing with this truth. We're going, as it says in Isaiah 13, we're going into the gates of the nobles and, you know, prophesying against them, you know, their structure. We're prophesying against the wicked of our people. We're prophesying against the world. And what? A lot of hate's going to come with it. But what? A name that's going to be remembered forever is going to come with it. The great reward as those that stood stiffly for the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and didn't bend the knee to Baal or the way of this world.
This the book, when we get it?
This
the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and start at the top, huh?
You read verse 2.
Read verse 2. It says, and many of them that slept in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
And that dust is going into, you know, being in a state of confusion. And as I said, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. And, you know, that great awakening is taking place right now. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And those that are awakened to everlasting life are the elect. Hey, the men of the Lord that are out prophesying and truly believe in what they're preaching and are going to stand firm until the end. They're going to receive, either going to wake up to that everlasting life and that everlasting reputation of righteousness. But to those, you know, the wicked of our people that either just want to still live in the world, or even those that are in the truth that are going to give in at the final hour, hey, they're going to wake up to shame and everlasting contempt. These are the men that what? They gave in to Esau's system. They really didn't believe in what they were preaching enough to, you know, die for it if need be. Yes, you want to say?
No, you got it.
Okay, you read that verse 3?
Verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Straight to the point. That everlasting, you know, reputation of righteousness. You know, I've heard Apostle Tahar say it too. You know, the 144,000 are going to actually have a glow to them. Like, just as it says, they're going to shine as the brightness of the stars in the firmament. You're going to know specifically that that's one of those men. And everybody's going to know, just like you know of, you know, Isaiah, Daniel, Moses, the great prophets of old. And those that stood firmly are going to have their stories, you know, documented, which are being documented right now and retold in the kingdom for eternity. I got a scripture for you to show that there'll be the brightness of the firmament. They shall shine, the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn men to righteousness and stars forever. This is our Baruch 5 and 2. It says, cast about thee a double garment of righteousness, which cometh from our power, and set a diadem on thine head for the glory of the everlasting. For our power will shew thy brightness unto every country under heaven. Straight to the point, shall shew thy brightness to every country out there, every people. There's going to be a distinct difference between them men that stood firm and got that everlasting life, and, you know, just a regular Israelite out here. Like, even though all Israel, you know, going to be good in the kingdom, there's just going to be, we know that these are those men that stood firm until the end. And it said they're going to have a double garment of righteousness. Yeah, because they're going to be denoted, all right, for that name, all right? They're going to be denoted or nominated for their name because of these are they, which the elect is going to be in that what? First resurrection, all right? They're going to be the what? The establishment of the kingdom of heaven, all right? Because blessed is he that's in what? In the first resurrection, man.
all right, more blessed, right? Because seeing that they're gonna be the stars of heaven, they're gonna be the famous people. When you go into name, it means famous as well. That's why when you go into Sirach, it says these are famous men. But they're what? Documented by their names, which the names which was written in heaven is ultimately that's their glory. That's the name of their glory, which we're going back to our glory, which we have names for already. All right, technically, you know, that name that's written, nobody know that name but who is established for? And what? The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But the point of the matter is, it says, verse 4, for thy name shall be called, after the Lord done showed his day brightness unto every country under heaven, for thy name shall be called of our power forever, the peace of righteousness and the glory of our power's worship.
Read it again.
It says, for thy name shall be called of our power, Yahweh, forever, the peace of righteousness and the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's worship.
Hey, you're gonna know that these men, hey, those are the direct men under Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Come on.
There's gonna be no, ifs, ands, or buts about it. I want to get this to back that up real quick, because let me just get it with that. I don't want to speak on it. This is Isaiah 60 verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Straight to the point. All those titles denoting that these are those men that stood firmly. These are that elect body, the governors, our rulers.
Yep. I got you something.
Yeah, you got it.
This Revelation verse 20 and 4.
I was holding.
He was holding.
That's
the
next one.
It says, and I saw thrones, you break it down,
Okay.
and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
And real quick, I just want to read this real quick. In Matthew chapter 19, verse, I'm going to start at 27. Because Peter asked Yahushua, what shall we get for denouncing everything, not taking care to the affairs of this life? Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Somebody put the lights on behind us. Let me see something. I was just trying to see it.
Okay. Hey, but as I said, those that have followed me in the regeneration, they shall sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And as it says in 1 Corinthians, I think 15, everybody in their order. So what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the 144,000, the rest of the elect, and the rest of the nation of Israel underneath. And then, the heathens aren't even a factor, but everything underneath those men, because they're going to be the rulers with that eternal name.
Well, that regeneration goes into the same resurrection that I'm about to read, right? And the first one, it says originally spiritual. So these was they that was originally what Yahushua had, what? The 144,000, those first original spirits, which all spirits are original, all right? It's not, the Lord ain't making new spirits, but they are the ones that was first created, all right? Which makes them unique, or what? Set apart, right? It says the first fruits. Regeneration, the act of regeneration of producing the new. It says resurrection, a being born again, right? A makeover to generate again, bring forth, produce, genius, race, produce, beget, everything like that, all right? So the process of power or process of growing again, okay?
Real quick, 1 John 2 and 14, I have written unto you fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning.
That's from the, oh man, read that again.
This is 1 John 2 and 14. I have written unto you fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning.
And the him that's from the beginning represents Yahushua, which is the what? The Alpha and Omega. That's why then he doubled back and said, I will be with you to the end of what? Time. Which, with the Ancient of Days, there's really no end of time. So when you start to think about it, you're dealing with a power that's going to give us our power back, once we regenerate and resurrect with him that been with us from day one, being the Alpha, all right? Now we about to live in the Omega part, but that's not the last of him. That's the beginning of the beginning, right? It says Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning thereof.
A world without end.
A world without end. All right? So read that again. Oh my God.
God. 1 John 2:14. I have written unto you fathers. And if you're the father, everything comes out of you.
Yeah, the father is what generates the rest of the children.
The progenitor.
Yeah, the progenitor. Go ahead.
I have written unto you fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning.
And you know why they're gonna be the fathers? Because they're gonna be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, which is gonna generate the children to come after, which are the 2/3.
Sitting on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
But the thrones are set, so no other man can occupy the thrones except who? The elect man. Like, come on, bro. Let me finish this.
It's like,
come on, nah, that's beautiful though. There's more. Next verse, that's it. Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of the Mashiach Yahushua, and for the word of our power, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with the Mashiach Yahushua 1,000 years, which is a separation. You got it.
That first resurrection.
Yep. He's going to say that in the next verse.
And not taking part in the second death.
Yep.
You know, going straight into the kingdom, whether you're one of those men that get beamed up on the chariots, or whether you're a man that has to, you know, go down in this truth. What does it say in Psalm 68? Blessed is, I don't think it's Psalm 68, but it says, you know, blessed is the sight of the death of his saints in his eyes.
It's Psalms 116:12. Or something like, best precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. That's the one you're talking about.
The water. But regardless, whether you make it all the way, or whether you have to, you know, be put to death and go that way, as long as you're of that number, that first resurrection, you're good to go.
Your works follow.
Your works follow you. You've got that eternal name. But what does it say? That did not, you know, worship the beast or his image or receive his mark. That's what those that are going to wake up to everlasting shame and contempt are going to do. Hence, why they're not going to have that eternal memorial, that eternal name.
Yeah, they come in the second death. You know, they got to come as children. So instead of you
from the fathers,
they gotta come from the fathers who've known from the beginning. And instead of the children help establish the kingdom of heaven, the elect gonna establish it. So it's gonna be set up on what? A righteous principle. That's why in Amos, get Amos 5:24, Baba Kashah.
Got it. This is Amos 5:24. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness is a mighty stream.
But who gonna make judgment and righteousness run down as a mighty stream? Only they that was what? Righteous. Right? The children got to come back. They have to be taught again. Yeah, they're going to be all righteous, but as children, you got to teach a child. The elect men, whether they die, they're going to be caught up in the air, like it's saying, 1 Thessalonians 4, right? They're going to be caught up with them who still living and stayed, all right? And they're going to establish the kingdom of heaven, man. They're not starting as little children, okay? Now, however the Lord have that set up in their youth, because we're going to be renewed in our youth. So Jacob be like, well, how old are you going to be? 20? You know, that's on the Lord. We don't know. That ain't something for us to know.
We don't know what our heavenly name's going to be.
At all.
We just know that whoever
we're going to be in our glory.
Exactly.
That's it. Forever. Right? It speaks about us being in our glory forever. It don't even say we going to age. Like it don't. Like, I don't, you know, like, we don't know those things are with the Lord, but all we know is this. We going to our glory, man. And we going to be perfect, judging on the thrones, perfect in judgment, man.
And all Israel's going to be righteous, because that's when we're going to be under the new covenant. And even though they got to come back as kids, they're going to have the laws, statutes, commandments, and the inward parts. The only difference is they're gonna know that they went off. Hence why they had to come back as children.
12.
So because of that, they're gonna give reverence unto the fathers.
Unto the fathers. You know,
it's like that brother that had that dream where he was, you know, in the dream.
That's them.
One of the 144,000.
Yeah.
He was flying.
He was flying, yeah.
And the other Israelites, they, like the brother said, that was him. And they, as he was flying over him, everybody bowed.
Yeah, yep. And he was on the ground, and it was like, that's him. And one of them asked, like, that's him who? You're like, that's one of them that believe the Lord in our captivity, you know, like, or whatever, or spoke his name, or stood firmly for his name, like Second Esdras. Whatever he said, it was a while ago. There was a beautiful video. I mean, you had to actually, I was trying to envision the epiphany he was having, you know, just visualizing like, damn, you know, that could be me, or that could be the brothers we with, you know. And they pointed out to let you know as a separation, that's one of them, right? But that was one of them, because it's still a what, 144,000 set, right?
So there's going to be some distinct, because we're all going to be youthful Israelites.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some distinction
it gotta
that you know.
That you know, like, that was one of them, you know? And even with the ones that get saved and believe on the 144,000.
The innumerable multitude.
The innumerable multitude, but it's still that 144, that name going to be higher. It's going to be higher. Right? Not, you know, however it goes, that's how it go. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be levels. You got
As it said back in that Corinthians, every man in their own order.
In their order.
Order is gonna be established.
That's right. Verse 5. But the rest of the dead live not again until 1,000 years were finished.
And you know that dead is speaking of what? Those that have wandered in the congregation of dead without understanding.
Yep.
You know, the majority of our people that aren't going to get it on this side are going to get judged. They're going to have to, you know, taste that death by pain, but then they're going to come back. They're going to come back and live.
Yep.
You know,
see, till 1,000 years is finished.
God.
This is the first resurrection. So right now, it's all about getting in that number.
This is the last shot.
Yes, brother. It's imperative you understand that being part of that first resurrection, that's a high calling.
That's a once in
yeah.
Not a once in a lifetime, a once in eternity change.
Yes, brother.
Because all Israel's gonna be, you know, immortal. Like, we're gonna be in the kingdom, and it's gonna be righteousness forever. So everybody that's in their lot now, that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And like, I wanted to make a point about it. I can't remember the exact point you made, but hey, like you were saying, the Alpha and the Omega,
yeah.
And the Omega is just the end of this. I'm using Omega in the sense that what this is
this eon,
or
this age. That's it.
But what's going to come is going to be for eternity. So the memorial that the 144,000 are going to have, it's going to be going till hundreds of thousands.
It's going to be a new
millions,
cosmos. Yeah.
Billions, eternity, and man,
he's saying my father's house is many mansions. I mean, they gonna be occupied. What you think gonna be happening? Regenerating our nation, because the elect is the pillars or the governing body. All right, that's gonna regenerate the entire Israel back. All right, so that in itself is a work in itself, brother. Because Israel is like the sands of the sea. There's a lot of people, like it's a lot of bringing our people back again, right? So that alone is gonna be billions of Israelites created, and that alone got to get established, along with dominion, along with getting rid of Esau, and then it's what it don't end once we get rid of Esau. Huh?
That's just a part of that chapter.
There you go. That's that chapter. It says right here, verse 6. Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection.
Blessed and holy,
that's
separate
part, brother.
Is he that had part in the first resurrection,
and blessed.
No,
so with the next people not blessed, because technically they're gonna be over the heathen like they. So, but why he put emphasis on blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection, man? That's important to know.
Those men that are gonna shine like the firmament, like the stars of heaven.
Come on, bro.
That everlasting name.
You know, hey, we got stars here. Don't they got people that star Diddy them?
He's a fallen
star. But he was a star at a point, right? Y'all, so it's just right. It says,
ooh, that next.
Yeah, on such the second that had no power, but they shall be priests of our power and of Mashak of Yahweh and of Yahweh Shai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
and for, you know, thousands to millions to billions of years afterwards.
That's right, bro. Because our kingdom shall be what? Forever and ever and ever. It put 3 evers on there, which is perpetual, perpetual, and everlasting perpetual. He ain't had to go that far. He could have just said the kingdom gonna be there forever. Why you had to put 2 or 3 more evers on there?
To emphasize the magnificence of it.
We get it. It's going on. We'll jump back to the Daniel 12.
Oh no, that was it on that.
Was it.
Could you get me Zechariah 12 and 7?
Come on. This is Zechariah.
Wait. Let me see. It's in there. Zechariah 12 and 8.
Come on. It says, and in that day, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them.
I don't even know. I can't even explain what that entails.
Yep.
All I can do is, you know, just repeat it. In the house of David, the 144,000, the elect are gonna be as God, as the angels of Yahweh before them. So, can you imagine that? What does it say in Romans? You know, they shall be joint heirs with Hamashiach.
Yes.
And look at the magnificence that Yahushua has and is gonna have. He's sitting at the right hand of the Father, and what? Everything else is going to be underneath him. So the men that are directly underneath him, if they're going to be joint heirs, what's that say about their significance, sitting at the right hand of the Father? That's going to be, again, going into that everlasting name, that eternal memorial.
Yeah, to be as a God again. That's a tall order, bro.
Be a double God.
A double God.
Double garments of righteousness.
And
that diadem on your head.
Come on.
A double God.
Come on, man. You think Jake, listen, you think we talk shit now, and we, you know, the Lord did give us this wisdom in earthen vessels. We agree, you know, but brother, you think Jake getting down now? Well, you give his brother, you know his brother. You know, we know the brother. It ain't like that. I'm just saying, the brother got personality. You brother, you gotta think about it. Come on, we Jake. You give me the Lord give us a rod of iron, a double garment of righteousness. We as gods again. Man, come on, bro. We cut up on a low vibration. What I mean by that, we have personality and certain things, a way a man's spirit is created, which all of us are unique spirits created. All right, out of one, right this out, we are the elect. We pray that we are, and brothers that are like-minded. Brother, it's really unfathomable. You got to do, brother.
Hey, all right. The 144,000 don't have to answer to anybody but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
And you're going to be righteous. Like he said, anything too hard for you, bring it to me. We're going to be back in our righteous form, brother. So, even if it be dust, right? We're going to have the wisdom. Bro, our wisdom of God is coming, of God, of the Heavenly Father that's coming back. You think that saying was light? They shall be as gods? That ain't a light saying, man. Bro, think of our power in the heaven. If we anything like him in any form, if we resemble that in any way, you know how hard it is, huh?
We're talking about.
Brother, we're not even saying like we know nobody can be like the ancients of days. But just to get mentioned in the sentence like they shall be as gods.
That's his favorite sons.
That's his
first sons. Like, that's the firstborn.
The father want his son to be just like him. Like, I want my son to look like me, walk like, talk like.
And he's decking him out. What? I want my son to be decked out and respected like me.
Come on, bro. When you see a king, Jay give reverence unto him. Think about when you see a god.
A god
They're
king.
just king. He's a god king. Like, come on, Jake don't even disrespect kings, brother.
Jake don't disrespect these rappers.
They don't brother.
People of the world don't disrespect these Jakes, the football players, basketball. They reverence, like they look at a Jake that got to sell out to Esau as a god.
Yeah, as a god. And they put him on a pedestal. Like this man, that's why when they find out information like they finding out on Diddy and them, everybody's like, what? I thought he was perfect. Right? But we really gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna be no thoughts. You gonna see perfection moving in front of you, the energy. I really be thinking too, some of them on miracles, not miracles we be saying, But some of them, like the brothers be putting on a power director and all that when they showing Jake, you know, and it's straight with the lightning all down his arm. Brother, I be thinking we might have lightning and shit coming through us, brother.
Gonna shine his...
Like we gonna be yoked, brother. I be really thinking Jake gonna have lightning coming down his arm.
And real quick,
like, you know, whatever.
To the bros, you know, that make those beautiful pictures out there, can y'all use Kratos in some of them? And,
yeah,
and,
put
and
Kratos in that.
put him the throwing. Just
yes, we love Kratos, man. That brother, all right, that God of War hard.
That's
right.
Hey, you gotta play that game if you ain't. That's the Jake. That's the Jake of the Jake games.
Yeah, if you do play games in any form or fashion, this ain't talking about game age, brothers. If you haven't played this, you got a PlayStation. It ain't even on.
It's only on PlayStation.
On X1. What it is? An X1 or
Xbox?
Xbox, whatever. It ain't even on that. You gotta have a PlayStation to play this. That God of War, preferably what? 3?
3's the top one.
3 is the top one when he's taking out all the guards, but that's neither here nor there. But we love it, so we'll talk about it as it is.
You start off weak, but what?
Yeah, you
become a god.
And stronger.
You are the God of war. And what does it say about Yahweh in Exodus 15? He's a man of war.
He's a man of war.
So if the son is like the father, Yahweh Shai is what? He's a man of war. And what if we're gonna be joint heirs?
We sons of war.
God.
We the prince of Yahweh, we Yashala, sons of the power.
That's a quick side note, but just play the game.
We love it though. Well, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I just got 2 more. No, it's good on that. You can give me 1 John 3. You can read verses 1 to 2. Bible Shah.
This 1 John 3 and 1. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not."
And hey, we're seeing that right now. You know, our people, you know, look at this thing as a joke and not take it seriously. But what does it say in Psalms 110? In the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. And we can see the Most High is, you know, quickly turning up things to where, as it said in as it says at the end of Zephaniah, what? I shall give them praise and fame in all the lands of their captivity. That great changing of the guard is coming. And they're gonna know, you know, who Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is, and they're gonna know who his men are.
Verse 2.
It
says, "Beloved, now are we the sons of our power, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is."
Straight to the point. But when Yahweh Shai appears, it's like when Yahweh Shai appears, hey, when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Again, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai and everything that comes with it. Those men of the first resurrection that everybody's going to bow the knee to. Straight to the point. And what does that come with? Again, doing everything we can right now, you know, to make our calling and election sure. As Peter asked Yahweh Shai, and we have forsaken everything, what shall we receive? Hey, it's very critical now because what? We're coming into the, you know, the collapse of society, the MOTB being, you know, implemented, that hour of temptation. And so now more than ever, you just gotta stand 10 toes down so you can receive that crown.
I got you something really quick.
Okay.
This is and I won't hop on the end of this precept.
Okay.
This is Isaiah 47:3. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I would take vengeance, and I would not meet thee as a man." So when he appeared, all right, he's appearing in what? In spiritual power. So if he's not meeting the wicked or the other nations as a man, and we shall appear as him, then we don't be in our spiritual power. We're going to be joint heirs with him in the kingdom of heaven, right?
Then I saw the new city, New Jerusalem, come down.
Come down. So we're going to be as Yahweh Shai, man. And he said not meeting you as a... So these other nations and people, just let this penetrate through Jake's mind, through his, get it in his head. Thick skull. These people are going to be men. Then another day, everybody gonna be regular men. Like we was men. We're getting ante up to gods, brother. Think of when Kratos, when you had done got to be Hades, Hermes, running be the foot.
Everybody was scared of you. Like people were running away from you.
You start getting all them powers. Then you go fight Zeus. I'm throwing fire, water, thunder, everything. At
pulling
once.
the soul out of body.
Pulling the soul out body, sending souls round the room. It was, brother, you can't. I couldn't imagine like all the power. I had so much power. I wasn't even using some of the power I had. You get what I'm like? Oh yeah,
you didn't need to use it.
I was like, I could break the ground, shake the ground. Like I ain't even do that, you know. So it's on another level, man. But this, you know, we get that. But the point was that he's not meeting him as a man. So what he meeting him as? Because when he came as a man, he was what? Persecuted, spit on, beat, right? He was touchable. You was able to touch him. You ain't gonna even be able to touch him. All right, when he come back, man.
It said, what is saying 2nd Ezra 13?
Look, it's up.
When the armies tried to fight against him, he neither lifted up hand nor sword.
Yeah.
He just
can't
stood
even
there.
hit him, yeah.
And then, hey, that fire and smoke and brimstone was fucking people up.
There you go. So he didn't even need to fight. Like, it said everywhere he looked just was getting destroyed, brother. So we could look somewhere and get it. Come on.
Hey, what was that one you love in Proverbs? The king's look scattereth.
Yep, evil put a wheel over it, man. I get that, man.
Hey, it's like our elder brother Yakina says, a lot of that finger snapping is coming back. And that's power when you can just look at somebody and they damn near have a heart attack. Like,
yes. Have one.
Just because.
Yo, that's what our Lord gonna do. Men gonna look at our Lord. Look at this freako. Remember you was walking the last. He gonna look at he gonna catch a heart attack from the Lord since he walking right here. This for that freako. It says he probably freak. That's neither here nor there. This Proverbs 20 and 26. A wise king scattereth the wicked and bringeth the will over him. That's not it. It says like
a king's look.
Yeah, it might be the same. King scattered evil with his eyes. Yeah, my bad.
But can you imagine just looking at people and people won't even your reputation is going to be on such a level that people are going to be ashamed to look at you in the eyes. It's just going to be a lot of head bowing.
Yep, this go good with the lesson 2. This Proverbs 20. I'm going to read one verse up. Verse 7. The just man walking in his integrity, his children are blessed after him. That's the name of that's the remnant of that man. All right? Because the devout man, they're going to have integrity. They're going to be known for their integrity, right? A man integrity go before him. His faith and his integrity. That always precedes a man, right? When you look at Abraham, what's on trial? His faith and his integrity. All right. Mm-hmm. Other men, David, different men. Solomon, different men. Go ahead.
And that's what that name entails. When you hear that name, the reputation comes with that name.
Yep. It says a king that sitteth in a throne of judgment, scattereth away all evil with his eyes.
Straight to the point.
Come on, bro. And they ain't just that's looking, and his pineal, he's using his eyes to kill. That's like remember you get Medusa, don't if you look in the eyes of Medusa, you turn into stone or something like that. That's like a spiritual power. They gonna come bowing to the earth, and if they look in our eyes, we're gonna put them to death. They did us that.
It said they shall lick up the dust of thy feet.
Yep.
And that means you're in a low position. Your face is touching the earth.
That's it, brother.
And as it said that Isaiah 60 we brought earlier, the sons of them that afflicted thee shall come bending down with their face towards the earth under thee.
Oof. I'm gonna read verse 2.
God.
Proverbs 22. The fear of a king is as the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoking him to anger, sinneth against his own soul. You're gonna kill your own soul, your own self.
You're committing suicide.
Committing suicide, man. You know, that's it, brother.
God, I just got one more. 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verses 42 to 47.
This 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. It says, I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahweh with songs.
Hey, the elect.
Our Lord with songs. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
And they're singing the song of Moses.
Yes. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest.
Yahushai.
And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
And that diadem.
Yeah.
And as brothers always go into, you know, Yahushai, every man of the 144,000 is going to have a crown that fits their spirit.
God.
My brother had a dream about that, to where it's like, you know, when you get something that you want, you know, you are, since it's made in the world, you're kind of like, man, I like it, but it ain't, I would have done this better. When every man receives his crown, it's going to be exactly what you want.
It's going to be what you wanted. It says, and in the 44, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of our power, Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive poems.
These that put off the mortal clothing, hey, we have forsaken everything, as Peter said, and confessed the name, the true name, Yahweh, why Yahushai, not trying to sugarcoat it and giving it to you, you know, raw and uncut.
Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the son of our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That crowning ceremony, that once in a lifetime event, receiving those eternal crowns and that eternal name, that eternal memorial. But that's all I had.
Well, point made, brother.
Kind. Hey, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akwath were edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure to the end. Shalom.
Shalom.